We need to talk about something.
Yeah, very important topic.
Your friend, Ben Affleck.
And
a little thing we call Benifer. How do you like them apples?
There's not enough liquor in the world for you to get me to say something about that.
Matt Damon has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, especially when it comes to his best friend Ben Affleck. But what he's revealing now about the role Jennifer Garner played in saving Ben from Jennifer Lopez is something that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Hollywood's favorite love triangle. Like, we don't want this to be the model that our kids see of marriage. Did j.lo really blackmail Ben Affleck with shocking evidence to keep him under her control? And just what was on those FBI tapes from Diddy's raid that has everyone talking? Live pictures from the home of Shine, also known as Diddy. HSI is on the scene right now. We also do have video from his home in Los Angeles. HSI Los Angeles is on. Let's start with the most jaw-dropping revelation yet. The FBI tapes that Ben Affleck allegedly has of Jennifer Lopez. You see, Suge Knight has revealed his theory for the cause of the rumors swirling that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are getting a divorce, and it centers around disgraced bad boy music executive Diddy. In a recent episode of his podcast, Calls with Suge Knight, the former Death Row CEO made a series of explosive claims suggesting a bizarre connection between the FBI, Jennifer Lopez, and her estranged husband, Ben Affleck. Knight alleged that the FBI handed over tapes incriminating Lopez that were recovered from raids on Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles to Affleck. He's just a guy doing what he do. I wish he do keep doing well and keep on dancing, even in jail. Suge Knight made headlines when it was reported that he planned to distribute a homemade video featuring Jennifer Lopez. And Jennifer Lopez video somewhere. Everybody says you've got it and you want to sell it on. The Knight says the content on the tapes is potentially causing a rift in Affleck's marriage with Lopez. They go raid Puffy's house, and they get all these videos of j.lo doing this and j.lo doing that. Knight started off by rehashing the infamous nightclub shooting incident in 1999 that involved Lopez and Diddy, using it as a reference point to illustrate the erosion of j.lo's credibility. And they know the fact that j.lo lied and said that the gun was Shine's or whatever, and sent that man to prison, destroyed his life, and she knew it was Puffy's. He further insinuated that the FBI decided to notify Affleck about the discovery of the alleged tapes due to the potential impact they could cause should they go public, much like the fallout from Diddy's 2016 hotel altercation with his ex-girlfriend Cassie. I'm quite sure they probably called, and the FBI gave him respect and a courtesy call to Ben Affleck. It's a white man who got respect in the white world. I'm quite sure they said, "We want to show you some things about your wife." When he seen the tapes of her and Puff, that's what they was doing and who they be doing it with. I'm quite sure that they gave him those tapes, and I'm quite sure he can never look at her the same. He went on to suggest that Affleck would be unable to reconcile his feelings for Lopez based on her past actions after seeing the tapes. I'm quite sure they headed for divorce because that's a man who had a good life, he said. Great parents, don't spend a lot of money, ain't tripping off paparazzi. He's living his life. He got his own team. She done brought all the extra is out. And now that MF, he won out. For context, the story begins with a series of raids conducted by the FBI on Diddy's properties during a time of heightened tension and controversy. The raids, which were part of a larger investigation into criminal activities, reportedly unearthed a treasure trove of information, including tapes that could implicate various celebrities. Among these tapes, rumors suggest were recordings involving Jennifer Lopez, who was romantically linked with Diddy during that tumultuous period. To understand the significance of these tapes, we need to revisit the history between j.lo and Diddy. Once upon a time, Jennifer Lopez was swept off her feet by the charisma of Sean P. Diddy Combs. Their love story seemed like something out of a fairy tale. At that time, was, cared very deeply, for, well, until he scarred her for life. Everybody was booked, including Jennifer Lopez. They spent the night in the precinct. She was crying a lot. Jennifer Lopez and Sean P. Diddy Combs have a history. They met on the set of her music video for If You Had My Love in 1999, before splitting in 2001, amid rumors Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, had been unfaithful, something Lopez later confirmed. The pair were arrested soon after they started dating following a shooting at a Times Square nightclub in December 1999 that left 3 people injured. Lopez was released from custody without being charged after 14 hours in jail, while Diddy later walked free after a 7-week trial, which saw his protege, Jamal Shine Barrow, long suspected to be the fall guy, convicted and sentenced to 10 years. In a candid interview with British Elle in July 2000, Lopez opened up about a harrowing experience that shook her world, describing it as a complete nightmare. Obviously, nobody really wants to be arrested or handcuffed or, go through all that kind of stuff. It's really traumatic. The aftermath of the shooting incident was not confined to emotional scars alone. Legal battles ensued, amplifying the complexities of an already distressing situation. Notably, in 2008, a staggering lawsuit amounting to $130 million was filed against Combs by one of the victims seeking reparation for the damages incurred during the incident. Eventually, in 2011, Combs reached a settlement with all 3 individuals, including the victim, the terms of which were kept confidential. The call to reopen the case comes as Combs faces mounting legal trouble. Earlier this year, Homeland Security agents swarmed Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami in raids that law enforcement sources told the Post were prompted by sex allegations. Now, with all that j.lo is involved in, some of Affleck's friends, including Matt Damon, feel that she might not be the right woman for him. In a recent interview, Matt expressed his deep concern for Ben, hinting that Jennifer Lopez's influence might be more manipulative than we ever imagined. Matt tried to warn Ben when he got back together with j.lo that this could happen, an insider told the Daily Mail. Matt was there to help Ben get it together after their first split, and he felt like this would happen again. The source added that Ben has always been in awe of Matt's marriage to wife Luciana Barroso for over 18 years. As things started falling apart, Matt told Ben that he supports whatever choice he makes, but wants him to jump in and focus on his work. The insider told the outlet, Ben spent so much time focusing on j.lo's projects, just like he did the first time around. He told Ben, "What has she ever done for your career?" Continuing, the source said, "Matt is the only real guy friend Ben has. He would not let him get back on the bottle, and has been on him to make sure of this." The Bourne Identity actor's worries come on the heels of more and more rumors circulating that Ben and Jennifer's relationship is on the rocks. On May 15th, a source exclusively revealed to In Touch that Ben and Jennifer were headed for divorce after he moved his belongings out of their shared home. "The writing is on the wall. It's over. They're headed for a divorce. And for once, Ben's not to blame," the insider said. "He's focusing on his work and his kids now. Ben already moved out, and they'll likely have to sell the dream house they spent 2 years searching for. They'll never stop loving each other, but she can't control him and he can't change her. There's no way it could have lasted." The source continued, "They waited almost 2 decades to get back together, but in the end, they just couldn't make it work. They both said they'd matured and learned from their mistakes, but some of the bigger issues that tore them apart the first time remain the same. How do you like them apples? There's not enough liquor in the world for you to get me to say something." Matt's words have sparked intense speculation about what he meant by a healthy relationship. Is he suggesting that Jennifer Lopez is not the supportive partner she appears to be? To understand the gravity of the situation, we need to go back to the beginning of the Bennifer saga. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez were Hollywood's it couple in the early 2000s. Their relationship was a media sensation, with every move they made being documented by the press. But while everything seemed perfect on the outside, those close to Ben were worried about his well-being. J.lo and Ben called it quits in 2003 before reuniting 20 years later. As for what caused their breakup back in 2003, Ben revealed that the relentless public scrutiny took its toll on their relationship. However, he later learned to adapt for the new chapter in their love story once they reconnected. He even expressed this sentiment on Jennifer's 2024 documentary, Halftime, emphasizing the significance of their reunion. "Getting back together," I said. "Listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media. And then I realized it's not a very fair thing to ask. It's like, you're going to marry a boat captain, and you go, well, I don't like the water. You know, we're just two people with different approaches trying to learn to compromise." Maybe Ben never quite acclimated to having his love life under the public microscope, as it seems that this aspect significantly strained their marriage. There's even a scene from the documentary where Ben appears noticeably uncomfortable with j.lo sharing details of their old love letters with her friends and colleagues, adding fuel to the fire. There are allegations that j.lo pressured Ben to maintain a certain image, which eventually led to frustration on his part. But that's not even the worst part. There are rumors that j.lo is keeping Ben in line with something related to these secrets. If revealed, could potentially damage Ben's career and personal life, giving Jennifer the leverage she needs to keep him by her side. Could there be trouble for Hollywood power couple Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck? People magazine reporting the two have not been. Insiders suggest that Jennifer has been using this knowledge to manipulate Ben, ensuring that he remains in a relationship that he might otherwise want to leave. This alleged blackmail is said to be the reason behind their tumultuous on-again, off-again relationship. So from where did Ben's gay rumors start? You will be surprised to know that it was when Matt Damon and Ben's friendship was at its peak, and people started speculating something more than friendship. We're going to turn out our GMA cover story, the latest son Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Ava Pilgrim here with the details. Good morning, Ava. Good morning, George. The attention and obsession around Bennifer back in 2023. Matt Damon got himself in trouble with the LGBTQ+ community when he made comments about his friendship with Ben Affleck. The Martian actor was discussing the nature of their relationship and admitted that the rumors of them being romantically linked put us in a weird position of having to answer. You know what I mean? The successful Hollywood actor expressed concern that people questioning his sexuality could compromise his future career in the industry. Damon added that the speculation about him and Ben Affleck was then really deeply offensive. I don't want to imply it's some sort of disease, then it's like I'm throwing my friends under the bus. These comments came shortly after Damon had a public clash with journalist Effie Brown on HBO's Project Greenlight. He interrupted the black film producer to express, "When you're talking about diversity, you do it in the casting of the film, not the casting of the show." Effie appeared visibly surprised and disappointed by the actor's interruption. The hashtag #ShawDamonsplaining quickly trended on Twitter following the controversial comments. Damon swiftly defended himself, stating, "I am sorry that they offended some people, but at the very least, I am happy that they started a conversation about diversity in Hollywood." Moreover, during an interview, he said that it is difficult for actors in the industry to come out as was gay openly, and people started speculating that here too he was talking about Ben. When Ben and I first came on the scene, there were rumors that we were gay because it was two guys who wrote a script together. Damon told Britain's The Guardian, referring to their Oscar-winning 1997 film Good Will Hunting. "It's just like any piece of gossip, and it put us in a weird position of having to answer, you know what I mean?" which was then really deeply offensive. Damon continued, "I don't want to imply it's some sort of disease, then it's like throwing my friends under the bus. But at the time I remember thinking and saying, Rupert Everett was openly gay, and this guy, more handsome than anybody, a classically trained actor. It's tough to make the argument that he didn't take a hit for being out. Damon acknowledged that attitudes toward the gay community are evolving, but he also expressed sympathy for actors who are publicly out. But in terms of actors, I think you're a better actor the less people know about you, period, and your sexuality is a huge part of that. Damon, who's been married to wife Luciana for a decade, said, "Whether you're straight or gay, people shouldn't know anything about your sexuality because that's one of the mysteries that you should be able to play." Then Ben Affleck reportedly considered himself a serious actor after portraying a scene where he kissed another man in the film Chasing Amy. Director Kevin Smith at the Outfest LGBT festival in Los Angeles that Affleck and co-star Jason Lee initially felt uncomfortable about their on-screen gay kiss. According to Geyer News, Smith recalled Affleck saying, "A man kissing another man is the greatest acting challenge an actor can ever face." And after filming, Affleck reportedly remarked, "Now I'm a serious actor." In the film, Affleck plays a comic book artist who develops feelings for a lesbian, Joey Lauren Adams, which complicates his relationship with his best friend Jason Lee. Affleck, who publicly supported marriage equality on Twitter in 2014, expressed his discomfort with filming the scene in a 2017 interview with Entertainment Tonight. I guess I am more than I thought, and that, it was just difficult for me, and I didn't think it would be." And now people are speculating that his alleged gay behavior might be another reason behind the alleged divorce between j.lo and Ben. But while all of this is happening, Jennifer Garner has been quietly waiting in the wings. Jen and Ben had known each other for years, and their friendship eventually blossomed into a romantic relationship after his split from j.lo. Meanwhile, j.lo never openly badmouthed Jen Garner, always saying they were one big happy blended family. But if you've been keeping up, you've noticed j.lo has been throwing subtle shade at Jen Garner ever since she got back with Ben in early 2021. Even in her new documentary, ironically called Halftime, j.lo couldn't resist taking petty jabs at Jen, hinting that Ben was daydreaming about j.lo throughout his marriage with Jen. Fans quickly called her out for this, pointing out that it's a low blow to talk about your husband's ex, especially when Jen and Ben have 3 kids together. Claiming in her movie that their dad never loved their mom and was secretly hoping to marry j.lo, that's just harsh. At the same time, sources close to Jen Garner are saying that j.lo allegedly tried to undermine Garner's parenting whenever her kids were around. Reportedly, j.lo would go against Garner's rules and boundaries with the kids. Just when we thought the Bennifer divorce drama couldn't get any messier, rumors are swirling that Ben and his ex Jennifer Garner have reconnected and are spending a lot of time together amid his split from j.lo. Although j.lo and Ben haven't officially announced their divorce yet, sources close to them have confirmed they've been separated for months. While j.lo is jet-setting around the globe and posting thirst traps to show she's unaffected by the drama, Ben's been busy hanging out with Jen Garner, his ex and the mother of his 3 kids. And surprisingly, Jen Garner is also seemingly dropping hints on Instagram that Ben might be back home. She recently posted a poem by Cleo Wade titled "It Gets Better," which talks about forever being the only thing that lasts. Shortly after Jen shared a video of Whitney Houston performing her hit song, "Where Do Broken Hearts Go?", which includes lyrics like, "Where do broken hearts go? Can they find their way home back to the open arms of a love that's waiting there?" So is Jen Garner subtly telling j.lo she's sort of sorry about her marriage, but still open to taking Ben back. After her split from Ben in 2017, Jen started seeing entrepreneur John Miller, but their relationship has been on again, off again for 4 years. However, they haven't been seen together in a while, and now sources say Jen quietly ended things with Miller as soon as she learned that Ben and j.lo were done. Jen was also the first to support Ben during his marital issues with j.lo. Since Ben moved out of the mansion he shared with j.lo, Jen has been spotted visiting him at his rental home in Brentwood, which is just around the corner from her place. Possible? I know. He, biggest thing. He looked pretty good, yeah. You know. It's a little bit like, whoa, who are you? It feels like I'm having an affair. It's no surprise that Jen and Ben still have a close relationship given their co-parenting of 3 kids, but here's where it gets juicy. Rumors have been swirling that Ben and Jen have been spending a lot of time alone without the kids recently, and guess what? Those old romantic feelings are reportedly resurfacing. Jen Garner might be the only woman Ben seemed genuinely happy with, and they both claimed it was love at first sight. Ben has even publicly stated that divorcing Garner is his biggest regret. Although his addiction issues were a major factor back then, he was seen in this photo being driven to a treatment facility by his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner. The 47-year-old calls his divorce from the actress, quote, "the biggest regret of my life." But so where does that leave everyone now? On August 3rd, Ben Affleck was spotted cruising around Los Angeles on a blue electric motorcycle, as reported by People. The actor has recently revamped his look, sporting a black Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt under an armored leather motorcycle jacket. But the most eye-catching change is his new faux hawk hairstyle, with the sides of his hair shaved off. A source close to Affleck commented, "She's saying this clearly shows that Ben is not in the right headspace and hasn't been for some time." This isn't the first time one of Ben's wives has had to step in. In 2018, his ex-wife Jennifer Garner organized an intervention leading to his 3rd stint in rehab. Ben has been candid about his struggles with alcoholism, even revealing that he realized his father was also an alcoholic. Ben had initially made strides in overcoming his addiction after filming Good Will Hunting in 1997, but has faced relapses and occasional rehab stays over the years. While there's no indication that Ben has returned to drinking, the source mentions that his current wife j.lo is worried about his well-being, especially given his dramatic changes in appearance. In her view, he looks so lost and kind of pathetic right now. It's obvious to her that this is a cry for help, but her hands are tied because he's completely ghosted her following a failed attempt to reconcile after moving out. The couple's divorce paperwork has been finalized but not yet submitted, according to multiple sources reported by the Daily Mail in July. The source adds, "Why else would he throw away a wonderful marriage and make such cruel moves like ignoring their anniversary?" Her birthday and their shared commitments, including their beautiful blended family, are mind-boggling to her. But as time goes on, she's less inclined to blame herself for the mess she believes Ben has created. The source further explains Ben's not concerned if j.lo or anyone else judges him. He's excited to have his life back and start fresh on his own terms. As for j.lo, she didn't acknowledge Ben Affleck's 52nd birthday on August 15th, but she did attend a concert with friends that evening. The on-the-floor singer shared photos the next day on Instagram story, showing her at a Bruno Mars concert at the new Intuit Dome in Englewood, California. She captioned one photo about last night, featuring herself with friends and dancing in the crowd. j.lo wore a white crop top, glasses, and plenty of jewelry, including her wedding ring. Though Ben wasn't seen at the concert, j.lo was spotted leaving his home solo on the same day. Meanwhile, Ben Affleck and his ex-wife Jennifer Garner continued to co-parent effectively. The former couple recently took a trip to Japan with their children. They're the best friend exes and the epitome of good co-parenting, a source close to Affleck told Fox News Digital. In any case, Matt Damon's recent comments suggest that he still has concerns about his best friend's well-being. But he also seems to believe that Jennifer Garner has been a positive force in Ben's life. As for the FBI tapes and the alleged blackmail, the truth may never fully come to light. But one thing is certain. The story of Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, and Jennifer Garner is far from over,